Well, it's quite a bit more humid out here today. You definitely notice it. I'm glad I'm not mowing today. Glad I mowed yesterday. All the kitties are here. Stripe and Marty are having round 2 after having been in the house for a bit. I don't put dry chow down in the house, so they have to eat meat, and then if they want dry chow, they get some out here.
Hi. I don't know where everybody else went, but my loyal Tux man is still right here. I've got everything watered and refilled and a few weeds pulled and perennial border seeds stopped from getting into a few plant pots, and it's all good. I've enjoyed my Sunday morning out in the yard for a few minutes. Hey, bud. Hi.
There's my panther. Hey, bud. Hello. Good morning. I did not see one Japanese beetle today. That's good. That's good. My thumb's all better from the bumblebee bee bite. There you are. Good morning. You know, I came to see you and your food is still on the counter in the kitchen. I'm sorry. Let me go get your food. It's a good girl, but see, I have a hand to pet you right away. That's a good thing. Oh, yes, sweetie. Oh, yes. Good morning, sweet girl. Be right back. We'll try this round 2. Don's on the phone with JB wishing him a happy birthday, and I'm going to do bag 10 while he finishes his conversation and his coffee. Oh my goodness, that's a big yawn. Such a tiring day of catnapping. Bag 10 went together pretty quick. It was both of these ends of the house and the bar across the top. You would think I would know the words for roof lines better, but I guess the eaves. So you can kind of see the full... Hi, sweetie. You can kind of see the full size of the house now. So obviously, I'll be building these 2 panels. But I've got 11, 12, 13, 14, and 2 bags for 15. So somehow there's a lot more, and there's a lot more building going on. The roof is thick and complicated. I mean, it's not just the flat panel, stick it up there, right? It has texture and stuff. And this side of the building, the back side, just has the log bricks, these ones that are rounded. That's what those are called. But this side put on the extra flat tiles, and they were supposed to be a little not totally straight per the instructions. Although they intentionally only are up there by 1 stud and not 2. So therefore, they're not a straight line, and it was on purpose. And I tried to go with the flow with it, but I typically like straight, even on my spooky buildings. So, anyway, and I think out here, there's probably something that gets built off the backside. That's why there's these 2 hole studs down there. Is there some on the front? Yeah, so there's going to be some additional porch or grass area like this that's going to attach. So surely one of those bags goes for that. And probably 1 bag for each side of the roof. That's 3. But yet I've got 12, 13, 14. I've got 5 more steps. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. It's going on 12:30, and Don and I are headed up to Yates Mill to do our walk for the day.
Yeah, because it's all shady up there, plus it's dry, so we will get, if we go out the creekside trail like we've been doing, besides it being in the shade, it's going to be really dry, so we can see what it's going to be like at its driest time, and see how nice or not nice it is.
Yeah, it's just all a matter of whether the bugs bother us or not. Bother me.
You're not gonna bother me.
And Don and I both have on our neon orange shirts today, like we're headed out in the woods in November during hunting season or something, but it wasn't a plan. It just kind of happened. Don's, you know, not really colorblind, but he's colorblind. It's not like he looked at me and said, oh, I'll go put on a shirt that matches what Mary has on.
That's right.
Retaining wall coming along nicely here on Lake Wheeler Road. Remember, we're just west of Wake Tech and the 401 Turnpike crossover. We had to wait back there a little bit. They're out here working on Sunday. Wow, all up and down Lake Wheeler they're doing.
That's a temporary road that they needed to get up and down that hill. It's too steep, too wet, so they laid those.
Yeah, they were doing like water line back there, but it looks like it's all goodness. We didn't know, like, well, I mean, we're just on Sunday driving, but we didn't know Lake Wheeler was so heavily under construction today.
Right.
Or right now, or...
Well, it's going to be for a while.
Yeah, I mean, they've been obviously seemed like they were laying a water line.
Yeah, well, right.
Here they're done. They've put in like sod or something and put new rocks down, and so I think up in this area they're finished.
Right, I agree with that. This does look like they've completed whatever they're going to do here. They've completed it. I agree.
Yeah.
Now remember, Lake Wheeler though is a reservoir. That's drinking water for Raleigh. It's one of the main drinking places. So the pipes would go to and from it. In other words, that would be the source to go into Raleigh or go to like Wake Tech or that direction. Either direction would lead from Lake Wheeler. Oh.
Yeah, well, I suspect that this has something to do with the turnpike also, but who knows? Could just be bad coincidence.
Yeah, well, this isn't done. These have got little flags still.
Yeah, this section's not done, but back there was a done section. It's hard to say. We're here, and the crepe myrtles here at the entrance to the park are looking really pretty. For a Sunday, you know what? There's a lot of traffic today. There's never not a lot of traffic here now. Guess it's like that everywhere. I always love seeing the milkweed in the native plant area here in the parking lot because it reminds me of my house in New Jersey. It was about 70 houses built on farmland and still in the middle of farmland, and we had milkweed growing there natively, you know, before they started spraying everything and killing it. And we would always play with it. He's just waiting for me in the shade. He's like, you go for it, girl. You make your video. You take pictures all you want, but I'm going in the shade while I wait on you. And yes, this is Jules. We went to
flowers on the hood.
We went to the restroom. Oh yeah, you are collecting some pink flowers, aren't you? It's hot, but it's very pretty. Remember we talked the last time we were here about how they had redone the deck here, put up this shelter area. We're a little perplexed why there aren't two shelter areas, but you're funny about your shade. Donnie, I said you're funny about your shade. Yeah, there's an algae bloom there, and all the little white stuff is duck feathers. Little white duck feathers. I just saw a few barn swallows. I did not see any herons or egrets or other birds as we came across the boardwalk, though. Say what, Donnie?
I have my phone in my pocket at the start of the trail.
Okay, just in case you jump up and down and lose it. Get in your excitement. It's your excitement. You're a little kid. Just exit out of that upper left-hand corner. He touches his pogo and then it does things it's not supposed to. I was going to say Don called a weight vest free walk because this walk is a little farther than our typical walk, and he just didn't feel like wearing his today. But I keep on feeling weird being out here walking without it. Oh, there's a heron, and he was not happy.
Unhappy sound.
He was unhappy. I did see him through the tree, though.
Yeah, shade. Shade is good. We'll mostly be in the shade today. Just when we come up past the mill at the very end, we'll be in the sun for a bit. Well, I don't see any jewelweed in bloom. A lot of this is blackberry bushes. There's elderberry there, that purple right here too. That purple is elderberry. Medicinal flowering shrub, I guess I would call it a shrub. I see a lot of poke salad, pokeberry bush down there. Very big in North Carolina. Yeah, 5 years ago you could really see out there in front here really good and look at birds and stuff, but it's grown up a lot. It's a lot harder to see things, in my opinion. He's sitting down. Get yourself. Get yourself. It's the last seat. I don't think there's any benches out here.
This is my last opportunity.
That boardwalk material really radiates the heat back up on you while you're walking on it. We walked into the woods here on the ground, and between the breeze and shade and none of that material, it's like 5 to 10 degrees cooler over here.
I thought you said I wasn't going to have any place to sit. This is a nice new bench. Somebody put this
He
just
never
for me.
sits down on the trail, ever. He's just being
Me.
I don't really care either. I won't be sitting on any benches though.
That's right.
If I sit on the bench, you should worry about me. Yes, yes, little boy. Make sure to do the balance beam.
That's correct. Step on all the roots.
He's been going for me. He's trying to exercise his brain. I'm trying not to trip while I play Pokemon Go. That one's a little high. You gotta work. You gotta work to get up on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that what they've done is they've just replaced the tops. Yeah.
They put new decking on it.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I approve of benches out here to sit and enjoy the wildlife, or
Yeah.
if you get to not feeling good.
Yeah, or the other reason is you just wait there while she goes out and comes around, comes back and picks you back up on the other way.
Not happening.
Oh.
I'm glad he's in a good mood today. He's usually in a good mood, but maybe a little bit more so today. Yeah, it's hard walking here.
You got my phone, right?
I do. You gonna jump up and down?
I'm not gonna jump up and down.
But I
you got
have
my
the
phone.
phone. Yeah, last time we were here, he jumped on one of these springy boards and lost his phone, and it was a thing for a few minutes while we retrieved it. I don't know. You go. I'm trying to stay one set of boards behind you so you're not moving it out from underneath me.
Well, I'm looking for that really springy one.
Yeah, yeah. And as Don predicted, it's very dry out here today. Well, there's the NC State farmland. There's some
Corn
over here. And it's dry, but we still have water. We're not super dry.
Yeah. And the fork in the trail here.
Right. We go to the right and we'll come out on the left. This is a circle kind of on the end of this creekside trail that it's called here. Here you can see the corn a little better now. I'm sure the corn would like a shower. The rain kind of stopped, like it often does in August, end of July. But we could use a little more.
He's out there. Looks like he's got his corn
Harvesting or something. Yeah, the corn starts to come out of the field here based on our growing season. About the earliest you can plant it, July the 4th weekend. So we're, 4 weeks into picking corn now. Local. Well, we've completed the loop and we're back out on the out path now. It's just nice back here. We've only seen one other person. It's cool in the shade. There's a breeze. It's nice. Not a lot of insects or bird noise today though. It's just pretty quiet. Just hear the breeze rustling a little bit. We were just talking about snakes in the park today. I was a little disappointed we hadn't seen one. I can't tell if it's a black racer or a rat snake.
Yeah.
I think rat. No, just keep on going, buddy.
Oh yeah, baby, I'm scratching my...
Okay, I just thought you were gonna go your own way.
Well, he didn't see you.
Okay, right, until he was closer than he wanted to be. A perfect example how they don't really want to come too near you.
Oops, I hit the wrong button.
I was doing good there for, you know, a minute. Oh, goodness. Anyway, that's not a venomous snake. Not that I want him to strike me anyway, but... Well, there's too much of a breeze for a good reflection shot today. The miller's window is open. They're giving tours. They're running the wheel occasionally. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll run as we walk past. I'm sitting on the stones over here, just listening to the water for a minute. It's very soothing. Be nice if he happened to just spill the mill pond right now. That would be nice. He's not up at the window though. Whenever he releases it, he's at the window. Don ran into the park office here and refilled our water bottles, and I noticed that when he moved a little closer that we were parked across from a red bolt. Don and I have not seen a red one before. It's pretty. We're getting ready to cross the turnpike on Johnson Pond Road now. And, you know, they had finished this bridge here a while ago, but you could really start to see the paving and the sound wall. And it's coming. I think it's next year this time, if things go to plan. Always got to check out the clearance plants. Well, I wish the fern wasn't 5 because I actually have that hook on the front porch and I probably would want to put a fern there. You know, I know these aren't blooming right now, but they're really for $3. They're not in bad shape. Just cut them back. They'll put out more blooms. Is this fern is $5 too? Huh, let me think on it for a minute. Fern or geranium? The geraniums are really in good shape. They just need to be clipped back so new blooms come. I guess I'll get a geranium. They are still busy moving along a mile a minute getting this ready for people to park on it.
Yeah.
I don't quite understand exactly what they need to do before they're ready to pave, but obviously a flat, smooth surface and no sharp leftover building.
Well, I think they're putting drains in. I think the water, they've got it. You're supposed to control the water on your pavement, and so they're going to put the drains and stuff in, and then, you know, hook it to wherever it's supposed to go. You just can't let it build up in the lot. You got to run it off.
Right. Well, there's something sort of like they're going to make a wall, maybe as a buffer to this building over here, or that parking area there, or I don't know. And like here's old building curb, something. So I'm sure it'll look nice when it's done, and I'm sure they'll get it done as quick as they can. People are anxious to park here.
I've seen in places where even when they build homes, people put in what looks like a septic tank, but it's not.
Right, looks they've pulled out.
The rainwater goes into it. Of course, it will fill up, but the normal inrush, in other words, it catches the normal amount of rain or the typical storm. You know, a hurricane, there's nothing that's going to help, but you know, your afternoon thunder shower, it'll absorb that much rain.
Sure. Don did good. When you come home to your own house and Amazon is coming down the driveway. So I just fixed Don some guacamole, which he totally demolished. How are the new pork rinds from Utz? Is the nasty taste gone? Those are supposed to be the new ones.
So you open the new one. The box, the cardboard box.
I didn't open the cardboard box.
This is the old, because I was going to say...
Oh, God, there's one more we have to get through?
Last one.
Okay.
The cardboard
Well,
box.
I'm glad I wasn't sitting near you. It makes me want to throw up.
Yeah.
They smell so chemically bad. Yeah.
And they don't taste as good.
That natural smoke flavor is not so natural.
Yeah, they didn't do right.
We did stop at Walmart on the way home from Yates Mill, and I bought a ton of clearance stuff. I bought some towels that were on clearance and some Legos that were on clearance and some really expensive pillowcase protectors that you like need to replace every 5 or 6 years on clearance. And I don't know, there was something else in there that was like a clearance bonanza today at the Walmart. So I got a $3 geranium, that hanging basket. Don's like, what do you mean it wasn't $2? I'm like, the last one was $3 too. He was just ribbing me.
I thought it was 2.
Thought it was 3.
Okay.
We could go back and watch the video.
That's
Let's
all right.
not. So anyway, I am reheating us some shredded pork. And what were you going to say?
Well, I've got home. I scraped the epoxy resin and the glue, hot melt glue that I put on your fountain off. But inside there was still some water, so it's wet. So I'm letting it dry. I've rotated it around. I'm going to spin it or keep spinning it.
Okay, yeah, it's sitting out there because we were waiting on a product to arrive from Amazon and for it to be dry.
Yeah, we bought some of that spray-on sealant stuff from and it's clear. So hopefully that'll do the trick.
Yeah.
And I also put a new board. I beefed up the board at the bridge that's rotten, and it's really rotten. It's not going. I'm going to have to buy a board.
No!
Yeah, because it's really bad.
But you made it so I won't fall through in the next couple weeks.
Who steps on them, it would actually.
Me and the UPS guy won't fall through.
Not immediately.
Not immediately. Okay. And I had to redo 2 of our Ring cameras. They were freaked out, probably because of the PhotoMom access point change. Yep. But anyway.
Yep.
So we just been piddling. I'm gonna go do a couple bags of, or at least a bag of Lego while I'm cooking a cast iron skillet full of Vidalia onion.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take a nap.
Right. Put on your headphones. Yeah. Johnny's print's going good.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Yep. Please God, this is the longest one of all the ones that he needs.
It won't be done till tomorrow sometime.
Or sometime, yeah. By the time he gets home, it should be done. So the Wally chassis takes a while, but not as long as this weapon.
That's right.
Yeah.
A lot of material.
This is for the new landmine brush motor gyration. Johnny could explain it to you.
Yeah, it doesn't use wheels. It moves via
vibrations. Yeah. Vibrates a brush or something.
It gets an extra half a pound or something weight or something.
And it has to be all plastic.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Some
sort of printed. It's not allowed to have any metal parts. Anyway, he's excited to try out a new design. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, bag 11 is building one of the roof sections, and apparently with that little cutout there, that must be the side where the chimney is. And like I said, I'm making the house smell great if you love onions. Onions are like a 5th food group for me. Like, there's no time you would ever put onions on the plate with meat and I wouldn't be happy. I love sauteed onions. So what were those quick connector things you guys talked about in yesterday's video?
We Krypton bullet connectors.
Bullet connectors, because they look like
little bullets.
Little bullets. Okay. I'm fixing to show them what quick connectors in Lego look like. Because remember from robotics competition when we had to swap weapons on and off in the middle of the 3-minute competition on the table, Lego has quick connectors.
Yeah, well those bullet connectors are convenient. They're not necessarily quick because you kind of have to futz with them a little bit.
The Lego ones really let you get your finger on them, and they're way the heck better than anything else you would do.
Right.
As long as you can get your fingers around them.
Right.
Where they are to be serviceable on the robot. Yeah, there's the Lego Quick Connect pin. It's a type of pin, and your finger can get around this part really good. And this is waiting to go up against another hole, and then that'll get pushed in up to this little stopper here. They're showing in the next
Yeah, the
step
next
here.
step here, you see the little arrow that says to push it in. That's pushing it into the holes that we left on the end. So, yeah. So we used to use that in robotics competition all the time. But you don't want to use a regular pin because you can't get it on and off quick enough during a 3-minute competition. You got it, and they come in usually red or gray, but they also come in. I think they come in black and maybe some other colors, but for robotics, the EV3, they're usually gray or red. Starship test on replay in the background, and oh my God, that was a lot of power. I just got finished hanging the 2 skeletons from the ceiling, which is what the instructions called for, putting in the spider web, and of course we have the roof here on the back side. I hope to be back to do bag 12 after dinner. We'll see. I learned a Lego something this week that I didn't know. What this white cube drawn around that part means. It means that's probably a big part, and it's in a bag in the box that doesn't have a number on it. And so all of these big roof tiles, they were in this bag, and it's unnumbered, and I've just been pulling them out. So it's usually large pieces and spans multiple bag numbers, so they put them in an unnumbered bag, and the little white Lego square there is telling you to go find that bag. Stripe. I just cleaned the counter off, buddy. So maybe that percentage calculator thing isn't as good as it says 1 day, 3 hours and 49 minutes, but the percent complete earlier confused me. Anyway, it's done. And it looks great. And Johnny's super excited, and he wants us to start another print. So Dawn and I are out here together to manage this. Wow. That popped off of there like no fuss, no muss.
No fuss, no muss.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Very much.
So we're gonna alcohol off the surface, clean the surface, and then we've got an SD card with the chassis, I think, for this that Johnny wants printed.
Oh?
Chassis. Yeah, the chassis one. So apparently we don't need to preheat because it will preheat.
Right, he was preheating because he had to put the glue on between the preheat and the start. But we no longer have to preheat, put the glue on because we got this magnetic thing. And so now it's just going to preheat, and when these 2 numbers match here,
both columns,
then it'll take off.
Yeah, it's hard to see. I'm sorry. Maybe there we go. It's a lot of
34, 35.
Usually it's preheated within 2 minutes, so we'll just chill. And when it's done, it'll start moving and doing its thing. So the bed is done heating, and now the extruder is heating. I thought the other day I saw they both did at the same time, but I can be wrong. Do you come to help too? Hi. He won't stay in here when we leave. He'll go back out. Hi. Well, I got the red light on, and I moved the camera around because when we moved it from upstairs to downstairs, we didn't check the alignment, and it was not quite center. It wasn't horrible, and it's 3 degrees. It's getting close. The tip.
Alright, it's 2:22. There it goes.
There it goes. Right on schedule. Lowering. Who knew 3D printing could be so stressful?
Right. Yeah, it's got to push out the old the extruder, get the extruder going. Yeah, it's got a nice black line. You'll see it in a second.
And it does look flat.
Yeah, it does look flat so far.
So I guess it typically makes an outline and then does its thing. I don't know. Wow, I wonder if this chassis thing is as big as the other thing. I'll ask Johnny how long this one is supposed to take. I don't think it could possibly be as thick, but I can be wrong. Like I said, landmine, this robot, it has to be all plastic. I don't think they're allowed to have any metal parts. Well, this is the first time he's printed this print, so we'll keep an eye on it here in the early times.
Well, we got plenty of filament.
And it seems to be moving good, so. What's the humidity out here in the garage? It feels humid out here to me. It could just be hot. The air conditioner.
It's 60%.
60%. That's a little high.
A little high.
Is the dehumidifier on?
Yeah, it's on. I'm not wanting to run right now, but it's on.
Okay. So this is like a 3-pass outer edge or something,
Yeah,
and
it's kind
then
of like a border.
A border, or somehow it.
Well, it just makes sure, gives you time, I guess, to realize, yeah, it's going to fit. In other words, you're not going to exceed your printing area, because the thing it's fixing to print is going to be inside of that.
Sure. Well, this is the first time I've watched it start up all the way from the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's doing something on the actual print.
Yeah.
Little dots.
That's what it looks like, little dots.
Well, I haven't seen this in Fusion 360, so I don't know what it's supposed to. I don't know what it's supposed to look like.
Wouldn't know if it's right or wrong, baby.
Right.
Those creative genius, those engineers.
4 legs. I'll get Johnny to send me a picture of what it looks like, a screenshot of the Fusion 360.
I find it interesting that this gear is going both directions.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
we could sit here and watch it forever, but probably not.
Yeah, it's like watching paint dry,
Yeah.
grass grow.
Well, I'm sure since this is a chassis, it's not just a little weapon support or something, or a hat. It's going to take a while. Oh, it did do some nice bigger circles.
Good.
Oh, wow. Huh. Well, that was easy enough. Bag 12 just did the roof on the other side, and it opens up where you can look in there. Or up the other way. I guess it just depends which way you want to go. Just those 2 quick connect pins on this side. So pretty cool. Nice peak up here with the dark brown. That's where I'm going to stop for tonight. Bag 13 does this other peak for the house. Must go, let's take a look. Must go this here? Here. Maybe? Or, I don't see how it would connect on this side. Or here. Maybe it comes out over here. Guess we'll find out tomorrow. Normally they show you, okay, inquiring minds want to know. Normally they show you what you're doing, what it looks like, but not in this case. Okay, so it goes above the water wheel somehow. Here. It goes here above those windows. And it's a very small bag.